Reflection of light on different surfaces. Introduction. Source of light. An opaque object and a screen are needed to form a shadow. Light travels in a straight line. When light gets reflected from a surface, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. The incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. In this lesson, we are going to learn about reflection of light in detail. Let us start with some activities based on your previous knowledge. Formation of image in pinhole camera. Recall how an image forms in a pinhole camera that you have learned in previous classes. Draw a ray diagram of formation of an image in pinhole camera. What would happen if we increases the size of hole of pinhole camera? Observe the flame of a candle with pinhole camera making a big hole. Try to draw a ray diagram for the formation of image in pinhole camera with a big hole. Look at figure. By observing the figure, we can understand that the light rays coming from the top of the candle flame fall at different points on screen. Similarly, the rays coming from the bottom of the candle flame also fall at different points on the screen. Thus, we get blurred image on the screen due to the big hole of the camera as shown figure. Light selects the path which takes the least time to travel. This principle was first given by Frédéric de Fermat, a French lawyer and an amateur mathematician. It is also applicable to reflection of light. When light gets reflected from a surface, it selects the path that takes the least time. That is why the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Reflection of light on plane mirrors. Take a drawing board and fix a white paper on it with the help of clamps. Draw a straight line AB at the center of the paper and also a normal ON to AB at the point O. Draw a straight line PQ making certain angle I with ON as shown in the figure. Fix two pins at the points P and Q on the paper vertically. Observe the image P of the pin P and Q of the pin Q in the mirror kept along the line AB. Fix two more pins R and S such that they are in the same line as that of P1 and Q1. Join R, S and O as shown in the figure. Measure the angle between RS and ON. You will find the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Repeat the experiment with different angles of incidence and measure the corresponding angles of reflection R. Plane of reflection. The incident ray is the ray which passes through the heads of pins which are located at points P and Q, and reflected ray is the ray which passes through the heads of pins which are located at points R and S. The plane in which the incident ray, reflected ray and normal will lie at the plane of reflection. Formation of an image by a plane mirror. O is a point object. Some rays from O reach the mirror and gets reflected. When we look into the mirror, the reflected rays seem to be coming from the point I. So, point I is the image of point object O. Observe the distances of object O and image I from the surfaces of the mirror. Let us assume that an object OO is kept in front of the mirror as shown in the figure. Draw a few incident rays from the object to the mirror and reflected rays from the mirror using laws of reflection. In the figure, the rays coming from the point O get reflected from the mirror and seems to be coming from the point I. So, we say I is the image of O. The rays coming from the point O get reflected from the mirror and seems to be coming from the point I. So, we say I is the image of O. The rays coming from the middle part of the O and O1 will form their images between I and I1. Thus, I1 is the image of the object O1. Characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror. Take an object, say pen or pencil, put it in front of the plane mirror, touching the surface of mirror. Figure shows the formation of an image by a plane mirror. In that figure, the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. In the same way, when we move the object from the mirror to our eye, the image in the mirror seems to move back in the mirror. Then the distance from the image to our eye increases. The angle made by image at our eye is smaller than the angle made by the object. That is why the image looks smaller than the object. The light rays which come from our right ear get reflected from the plane mirror and reach our eye. Our brain feels that the ray is coming from the inside the mirror. That is why our right ear looks like left ear in the image. Reflection by spherical mirrors. The first law of reflection tells us a light ray incident at an angle to the normal at the point of incidence will get reflected, making the same angle with the normal. This law is true for all surfaces, be it a plane surface or a curved one. The important words here are the angle made with normal at the point of incidence. Finding the normal to a curved surface. Take a small piece of thin foam or rubber, put some pins along a straight line on the foam as shown in the figure. All these pins are perpendicular to the plane of foam. If the foam is considered as a mirror, each pin would represent normal at that point. Any ray incident at the point where the pin makes contact with the surface will reflect with the same angle as the incident ray made with the pin normal. Now bend the foam piece inwards as shown in figure. They still represent the normal at various points. If we bend the foam piece outwards, we will see that the pins seem to move away from each other, or in other words, they diverge as shown in the figure. Gives us an idea of what is likely to happen with a spherical mirror. A concave mirror will be like to the rubber sole bent inwards, and the convex mirror will be like the rubber sole bent outwards. For a concave mirror, like these pins in figure, all normals will converge towards a point. This point is called center of curvature of the mirror. The line drawn from C to any point on the mirror gives the normal at the point. For the ray R, the incident angle is the angle it makes with the normal shown as I, and the reflected angle is shown as R. First law of reflection, I is equal to R. The midpoint geometrical center of the mirror is called pole of the mirror. The horizontal line shown in the figure, which passes through the center of the curvature and pole, is called principal axis of the mirror. The distance between P and C is radius of curvature of the mirror. The rays coming from sun parallel to the principal axis of concave mirror are converged to a point. This point is called focus or focal point of the concave mirror. Measure the distance of this spot from the pole of the mirror. This distance is the focal length of the mirror. Ray diagrams with concave mirror. Assume a concave mirror and a candle placed at some distance along the axis of the mirror. The diagram shows two rays starting from the tip of the flame. The reflected rays are constructed based on the laws of reflection. They meet at point A. The tip of flame of the reflected image will be at the point of intersection A. Rule for image tracking formed by a concave mirror. All rays that are parallel to the axis get reflected such that they pass through the focal point of the mirror. A ray that passes through the focal point of the mirror will travel parallel to the axis after reflection. Any ray that is normal to the surface on reflection will travel along the same path but in the opposite direction. The ray which comes from the object and reaches the pole of the mirror. When object is at infinity. This image that we got by extending the rays backwards is called a virtual image. We cannot get this on a screen like a real image. Ray diagrams with convex mirrors. Rule 1. A ray running parallel to the axis on meeting the convex mirror will get reflected so as to appear as if it is coming from the focal point. Rule 2. This is converse of Rule 1. A ray going in the direction of the focal point after reflection will become parallel to main axis. Rule 3. A ray traveling in the direction of the center of curvature will on reflection travel in the opposite direction and appears to be coming from the center of curvature. Derivation of mirror formula. A ray coming from the point O, which is on the principal axis of the mirror, falls on the mirror at point A, which is at height h from the axis and after reflection. AC is the normal. The angle of incidence, angle OAC, and the angle of reflection, angle CAI, are equal. Magnification. Magnification is the relation between the size of the object and the size of the image. We define the magnification m. M is equal to height of image h1 by height of object ho. In all cases, it can be shown that m is equal to minus image distance v by object distance u. Making of solar cooker. You might have heard the story of Archimedes that he burned ships using mirrors. We already learned that concave mirrors focus parallel sun rays at the focal point of the mirror. So, with a small concave mirror, we can heat up and burn a paper as shown in the figure. In the same way, make a big concave mirror to heat up a vessel. Make a wooden or iron frame in the shape of TV dish. Cut acrylic mirror sheets into 8 or 12 pieces in the shape of isosceles triangles with a height equal to the radius of your dish antenna. The bases of 8 or 12 triangles together make the circumference of the dish. Stick the triangle mirrors to the dish. Your solar heater or cooker is ready. Arrange it so that concave part faces sun.
మా వీడియో గనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.